Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR Today. It's Monday morning. It's October 3rd. Holy smokes, it's October 3rd. It's the man they call me. It's Linda Kay, who, we joke about Linda Kay being the road warrior, but she's literally on the road now. Linda, you're in the United States, at least, right?
Yes, the continental 48 states. Sorry,
Okay.
it's early. I'm on the road. It's dark out. I do know that this is the first episode of PWR Today as of October in
Yeah.
2022, though.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely, it is. And we got some big news. We teased it on Friday. We're going to get to that in just a second. But first off, who's taking care of us? What's the sponsor?
That would be Collar and Elbow. Make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Check out the latest and greatest in wrestling street fashions. It's also not too early to start doing your holiday shopping. So check out the
Oh,
deals and sales on there. And to save a little extra cash, you can use promo code LindaK. That's LINDAKAY to save 10% off your order. And I also want to thank our friends over at ProWrestlingInsurance.com.
yes,
And a
yes.
special announcement with that as well, in that it is open enrollment season as of October. So anyone looking to get themselves covered, to get that extra supplemental coverage, to make sure you are covered no matter what, wherever you are, even if you are not a professional wrestler, go to ProWrestlingInsurance.com. Say hello to our friend Chris there, sponsor of the show as well,
Yep.
and get yourself ready in open enrollment.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, let's get to the big news. PWR Today is going to transition. Linda, we've been doing, how long has it been now? A couple of years that we've been doing daily, like Monday through Friday shows? A couple of years now, right?
Yeah, it's been, I would say, about 2 or so years since it's been you, I, and the Mott's.
We will be transitioning. This will be the last week of the daily shows, and we are going to be going back to a three-person show, and we will be doing weekly shows covering everything in the business, and those will be launching literally Sundays. Now, a little bit on the details coming up. We may be even popping them out there live in a video form. You
Oh,
get to see the face they call Meathead. You get to see the man that they call Moths. I was going to say the Matthew Tots. The
I
Matthew
thought you called
Thomas.
him the Moth.
Yeah, the man of the streets, Matthew Thomas, the current and reigning defending PWR draft champion, and the lovely Linda Kay. Linda, are you excited about the news?
Absolutely. This, gets me excited in that our listeners, our friends, can see our lovely faces every week and not just once a year. Now, I know everyone, you get to see us during our live PWR fantasy draft
Yep.
we do once a year. Now, you get to see us every week with more info to come. But huge announcement, as Meathead said. I was hoping to hear some of that breaking news. I'm sure you can. Yes, yes,
That sounds like a telegraph, actually, is what it sounds like.
yes, but very excited for that. And don't worry about it, we will still cover the huge topics, huge news. We'll
Yep,
still entertain your ears. It's on a weekly format, but if you don't catch it live, you can catch it any other time.
that's right.
Stay up to date. And just a little bit into our lives. I don't know how much we want to insert into the airwaves along with the wrestling news, but this will be a fun journey, a fun adventure, and I'm looking
Absolutely.
very forward to it.
Matthew, Linda, and myself, we've been inserting ourselves into your ears. Now we're going to, like you said, kind of insert ourselves into your brains through your eye holes. So
Yes.
we're going to be visually there too. I might have to, that month, the year is coming up next month, Linda. Movember is only 4 short weeks away.
Yes, that is.
We'll have to get that mustache all primed and ready to go for video action. Hey, let's talk quick news here. First off, the passing of Antonio Inoki. Antonio Inoki, the literal Vince McMahon of Japanese wrestling, passed away over the last week. Passing away at 79. Antonio Inoki is the man who created New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's also, unintentionally, but he's the inspiration for that scene in Rocky 3. Rocky Balboa and Thunder Lips. The wrestler versus the boxer. Well, Antonio Inoki had a match with Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I learned a lot more about him just from that announcement this week. Like I learned of the news when Michael Cole mentioned that during SmackDown, but just to really find out things just like this, tidbits of the like historic stuff. What a huge role that he played in the world of pro wrestling and New Japan itself. I mean, just I don't want to say the resurgence of New Japan, but just the
invigoration. I'll say
Yes.
invigoration.
Right, as of late with their association with AEW. But yeah, sad to hear about that, but great to see some recognition there within WWE programming and just, like getting those who may not have known much about him to learn a little bit more.
I've seen a video, obviously, unfortunately, when someone passes, you'll see these videos come out, kind of a retrospective of their life and so forth. There's a video out there where Antonio Inoki's standing in a ring, and there is a line of about 30 to 40 talents all waiting their turn to get slapped in the face by Inoki. Like it's a rite of passage where he's just standing there. They'll take a smack to the face, the person leaves, and they go off to the next one, smack to the face. And it's in front of a huge crowd. I mean, literally just slap. The whole young boy thing, which has a bad connotation to it, is really about respect in Japanese culture, and that's kind of one of those things where these younger talents get up and they take a shot from the man, the creator, the legend, Antonio Inoki, passing away at the age of 79. Hey, Linda, you got tattoos, right? You got ink?
Yeah, absolutely, and a whole bag full.
That is one thing that I haven't gotten to yet. I'm very pro tattoo. I'm very pro ink. I don't have any yet because I haven't decided on one thing I want on my body for the rest of my life. I'll get one eventually. I've always kind of favored Steve-O because Steve-O has a tattoo of himself on himself. I've always thought that was pretty awesome. Well, there is a story out there that apparently involves Randy Orton at WWE. A jury finds in favor of Randy Orton's tattoo artist as she sued WWE and Take-Two Interactive, which is also known as WWE 2K video game. When Randy Orton's in the game, you see Randy Orton, and the detail is just phenomenal. You see all the ink, all the tattoos on there. Well, those were created by a tattoo artist by the name of Alexander. What is her name? Catherine Alexander. Now, she sued WWE and 2K video games because those tattoos are created, personally for Randy Orton, and they put him in the video game, and they didn't give her any of the royalties on that. Now, here's the funny part. You think that, Catherine Alexander hit the jackpot? She didn't. The two other juries only ruled that she is entitled to $3,750 for usage of her designs. $3,700? That's it?
Yeah, I would think based off of just the sales alone of the video game, as well as just its outreach, that total would be a lot higher, but that's just really interesting. I didn't really think much about that for anybody, and not just in WWE video games, but I know you had mentioned with it like Madden and baseball, like anything. I guess I never really thought much more about tattoos or the lack thereof in the video games, but that is something important, and perhaps something more where maybe more tattoo artists will come, shine the light on, hey, that's my artwork.
That's my design. I created it. Yeah. It's my intellectual property is really what it is. And she's got precedent. And that's the whole thing that we're setting here is precedent. She set the precedent that she could say, hey, you used my likeness or you used my work and I wasn't compensated for it. $3,700 is a little on the low side, to be honest with you. I'm not saying she should be a multimillionaire, but I think there's something there, and we'll have to see what comes down the road with other types of suits like that. Hey, it's White Rabbit season. It's not duck season. It's White Rabbit season, and we've been doing this about 3 weeks now, and it just hasn't stopped. Friday night on SmackDown, we had, during the Karrion Kross promo, a flash on the screen. We got a new QR code. This one was a little different. It was a video of, the three little pigs and the big bad wolf blowing the house down, and then a picture of Bray Wyatt is circulating on the internet. I almost said idiot nets, but it's the same thing. On the internet, with him wearing the Mad Hatter hat, it says 19 of 11. There is a lot going on here, Linda. Your thoughts on where we're at so far?
Well, I must say first, I'm happy to have actually caught the QR code live I've always missed it just from watching. The show was a little bit delayed, and maybe I skipped it fast forward. I walked away from the TV, but I caught it live, so I was happy about that. Number one, because this just making me and obviously lots of other people watch every single, not just minute, but second of WWE programming the past couple of weeks. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And just more and more clues that, hey, this is Bray Wyatt, with more details. And I know you sent me more of a detailed layout about the last QR code of the clues, but looking like said White Rabbit will be hopping into Philly this Saturday for Extreme Rules if the clues such as that creepy audio where it was Bravo Echo.
Bravo,
I'm not sure if this
yeah.
is right. But
It was Bravo India Alpha November Charlie Alpha, I think it was. Where somebody said it actually originally sounded like Bianca. There's
Bel
also
Air.
Yeah, it was Bel Air. That's what it was. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was Echo Lima Alpha India Romeo. Bravo Echo
Yep.
Lima Alpha Romeo. So Bel Air. Here's one other thing that I want to pass along to our listeners here. There's a really weird, creepy message at this phone number. 855-489-5099. Call that number.
Wait, was it for a good time call or?
Yeah, for a good time, call Bray Wyatt at 855. Yeah, and it's honestly creepy, but if you play the message backwards, the message will give you those details as well. So, Linda, Extreme Rules this Saturday, are we getting Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds?
Absolutely, and if it's not, then that's just some wicked stuff there to really throw everybody for a loop, and it would be all that effort for who, for what? But no, it has to be. But I anticipate a different Bray Wyatt. If you're gonna do all this, perhaps he's not in that creepy clown-like attire. I mean, not really clown, but kind of clown with the stripes and whatnot. But I still foresee a mask. Gotta be a bunny. Gonna be the creepiest bunny we've ever seen, unless all clues do lead to my guess of Bad Bunny.
You know what? I wanted it either to be Bad Bunny or, again, like I've been saying, one of the Rosebuds from Adam Rose, where he lost his head, and finally it's that long-term Brooklyn that we're going to be getting.
And it's Adam Rose's huge return to WWE.
Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. We're going to touch real quick on SmackDown.
You would have not the Rosebuds, but you would have the, I was going to say Bad Bunnies, but no, not Bad Bunny, like the actual person, but something along those lines. But yeah, okay. Let's see whose guess comes to fruition.
There you go. All right. We're going to touch real quick on SmackDown from Friday night. This is a little drop that I've been waiting for a long time. You know how it's Jay that has the issue with Sami Zayn, right? Not Jimmy. Jimmy is the one with the handshakes. Jay is the one with the issues.
Yeah.
Jay came up to Sami, goes, "Look, dog, I see right through you. I know what you're doing. Don't be slipping." That little drop right there is huge, because that little piece will take us for months. Because at some point, whenever there's a split between, say, the Bloodline and Sami Zayn, it'll start at that point right there.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be Jay that, I agree that will expose Sami at what happens at some point where there'll be that split or just the dissension between Sami and the Bloodline. But yeah, I do feel it would be ways away still, but definitely something still really exciting, and I'm enjoying just the back and forth between him and Jay. It's great. Keeps the whole Bloodline thing even extra exciting. Another
kind of throwaway thing, but not a throwaway thing. After the pose off and going for the world record, Max Dupree says he is done with Maximum Male Models. He took off his belt, he threw it at Massey, and at the end, Linda, this is what popped me more than anything else. He goes, "Yeah, I'm done." Yeah. That right there, that last, that right there got me ready, because you know what that means? Either A, we're getting LA Knight, or B, maybe we can get Eli Drake. Yeah.
Or Max Dupree, but just a different version. But besides that, that he said, I also noticed him saying this was never for me, or I was never meant for this, or something along those
Right.
lines. It's like, you know what? A lot of us like, oh yeah, like this is, we want to hear more about on the mic and not just hosting a fashion line unveiling. Even though
You don't want him titillating our juices. Yeah.
Yes. I think that it's great to just keep Max Middle models going with Maxine Dupree, because her alone with the guys, I mean, you can see there's already a push that they're getting featured every week more and more.
Right. They're on
This is a
TV.
way- yeah, and now with Max Dupree, Eli Drake, LA Knight, this way he could do his own thing, you know, get more time on the mic, do his thing, and then you still have the unveiling of various fashion lines or pose-offs, or possibly another attempt at breaking the world record of the longest pose, because that was broken later on.
Yeah,
So
it
close.
was. It was so close. But again, the little detail of him dropping in the that did it for me right there, because that meant to me it's a character shift and we're going to get our guy back. All right.
Yes.
Let us transition over to All Elite Wrestling and Rampage results. Linda, the hardest, fastest moving 60 minutes in professional wrestling is Rampage every Friday nights. Your thoughts on Rampage overall as we go down the matches?
I mean, a lot going on, is like you guys said. I want to kind of piggyback on what you and Matthew discussed last week on how, you know, you and I, being huge music entrance fans, how much that means to us, just seeing that on TV, hearing the music, seeing the huge entrances, the pyro, the pop and circumstance, and we don't necessarily get that much, especially at the beginning of Rampage itself. So I
only
really
the live crowd gets it.
Yeah, and I didn't really think too much about that until you guys said that. And I'm like, yeah, we don't get that at the beginning. Or in this case, we did, at least just for Max Caster. Well, they're the tag team champions. So, of course, we got to get their there you go. And that was great to get the rabbit. Yeah, because we haven't gotten it too much lately, just because it was a different, determined, and, you know, Max and Daddy Ass and, oh man.
Anthony Bowens.
Bowens, thank you. But great way to kick it off, though. I'm having the hot Acclaimed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're red hot. They are red hot. Red hot. So the Acclaim defeat Private Party and Butcher and the Blade. Bowens gets the pin on the Blade. And Lee Moriarty with W. Morrissey and Stokely Hathaway defeat Fuego del Sol. Now, Morrissey chokeslammed Del Sol after the match. The firm just looking strong there. Ryan Nemeth, the Hollywood hunk, brother of Dolph Ziggler, cuts a quote-unquote heel promo as he insults ECW, which just brings FTW champion Hook out to come out and insult him. He puts Nemeth to sleep. The Truthbusters come out on the stage and left an envelope for Hook. This segment was a little weird to me. Why? I mean, I understand that Hook is Taz's son. Taz is an ECW original. But what motivation would Hook have to just come out and do that? That's kind of what a heel does, not a face.
Yeah, maybe just a setup to the Truthbusters giving him a potential invite, or I mean, that's what kind of got me curious, was their interest in Hook. I mean, obviously Hook are huge talent, great talent, but I want to know what exactly that letter said. They're kind of going along the Stokely
Little Caesar coupons, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, instead of a business card like Stokely, they're giving a letter. I wanted to know if is it artwork like Dexter Loomis has been doing? Is it a typewriter letter? Is it a handwritten letter? Or, you know, to get, I was really surprised who grabbed that. If it was a bag of chips, you know, like I'd be like, I'm not gonna take this. But we'll find out this week what exactly that letter said, and will Hook take the bait.
Roosh defeats John Silver with Andrade and Roosh double teaming on Alex Reynolds at Silver. This is all the setup. Obviously, there's a mask. I believe 10 is going to be putting up his mask on Wednesday. Hangman Adam Page finally came out and cleared the ring to end the show. This was the main event. It was Roosh and John Silver. If they want to make Rampage worth us tuning in, A, it's taped, and B, this was not a main event. This show felt it was lacking a little.
the end. I mean, maybe there was just the expectation of, like a huger or bigger pop for Hangman Adam Page. I mean, he is getting his title shot this week. Is it tomorrow?
Is it this
week?
week? Oh, is it? No, I think that's next week. Tuesday
right?
night.
Okay.
Tuesday night Dynamite's next week, and I believe they're losing Dynamite because of the NBA season kicking off, or the NHL.
It's for baseball,
and it might be the baseball playoffs. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
No, I believe that's next week.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was an action-filled match, so I will say that. So there we go with that to end Rampage. But I mean, having a fan favorite like Hangman in the show, that's still something there. But maybe just some extra excitement and mystery if Ten will lose his mask, or I think the other stipulation was if Andrade loses, he's got to leave.
Right.
AEW. I think that was the other stipulation. So that should be interesting to see as well for this week.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that was a lot. I mean, I know it's not the hard and fast, the quick and clean and crisp 20 that we try to give you, but we gave you a little bit more. I think we got it all in there, right? It's like Rampage. We shoved 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag. We got it all in. All right.
But we got to talk even faster tonight. I talk fast, but in order for us to squeeze everything into a quick, crisp, and clean 20 minutes, we got to talk as fast as Excalibur.
Yeah, I'm not trying to sell a pay-per-view because, good God, Excalibur doing 14 matches without taking a breath. Tomorrow, I believe I've got Matthew Thomas joining me, correct?
Yes, you do. I'll be on the road still, so this would be the go-home show to Raw taking place tonight. So it should be interesting. Perhaps more White Rabbit clues. I don't think it's just a SmackDown thing, as we saw last week. Those coordinates led to, was it Calgary or somewhere in Canada? But
it was Manitoba, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Manitoba.
All roads lead to St. Paul, Minnesota. So we'll see if the White Rabbit makes an appearance there, or just more clues. I really gotta watch closely and see where that QR code pops up. Darn it. I gotta see it.
Yep. And let's hope that people start getting extreme tonight. Maybe start beating on each other. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Absolutely.
For Matthew Thomas, for Linda Kay, I'm the man they call Meathead. We will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.